Hello, 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 good people. Hello, good people. I am Dr. Hollie Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Monday, September 16th. Okay, just like that, just that quickly, we are already at the halfway point of a new month. Well, it's not even new anymore. So I entitled this one, hey Mary, I entitled this one, Don't Judge Too Soon. Don't judge too quickly. And here's where I'm going with that. Um, Too often we levy our judgments, our expectations too quickly, and inevitably we're wrong. So this weekend, a good friend of mine is in a jazz and R&B group, live music. He's a percussionist. And so we went to go see, a group of us went to go see him playing at an outdoor jazz venue in the evening. It was beautiful, whatever moon that was that showed up on Saturday night was absolutely gorgeous. It was just a wonderful evening. It was really nice. Thank you for all who are jumping on. I feel a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Bless me, Lord. Okay, so just a wonderful environment. Now, here's where I'm saying don't judge too quickly because, hey, mother, here's the deal. And Ira Kelly. Okay, now see, I shouldn't have spoken to you because you always say I interrupt by saying hello too often. Hey, Big Bug. Um, there was a woman who, by appearances, I just thought she was part of the group that came out and watch everybody sing. She was, she just had on some jeans and a big old t-shirt and some shades because it hadn't been sundown. Just a regular person. When she opened her mouth, first of all, I thought she was bold because she went up to the mic. When she opened her mouth, an entire symphony came out. She was actually part of the band. I mean, and as soon as she opened her mouth, sort of like guilt came on me because I'm like, you sure judged her wrong. And when I say judged, you can say evaluate, or I'm just calling it judge because I didn't. There was a presumption that she was just a regular old, jazz fan because of her attire. I didn't, not that she had to be in sequence or everything. And then this other person that sat beside me, and he appeared to be homeless. He had his dog out there. He sort of smelled like a homeless person, someone who didn't have access to regular showering and everything. So my mind said something about him as well. I just said something about him. Well, in the course of the conversation, he and someone that was seated at another table beside me they had known each other for years. They went through this whole history of, how he had been doing, how his grown children were doing, the fact that his sons had taken over the concrete business now, and 30 years he ran it. And again, I was just like, okay, Hollie Kelly, slow your roll. That is 2 times tonight. It ain't even been 5 minutes. And you are like making up stories on everybody you see. Everybody does have a story, but we don't know them all. And then and so the show got started, and it was a great show. And it was the entertainers, the singers, the musicians really involved all the crowd. And first of all, we profiling. Okay, maybe that's a better word. Mary, thank you. Even though it's some judgment there, but profiling, you are exactly right. And that's the whole point. I don't want any of us to think that we are above or beyond, or, oh no, I would never do that. Don't put yourself in the I would never do category, because I'm pretty conscious. I am conscious of walking through life deliberately and intentionally, not on autopilot. I tried not to walk through life on autopilot. And yet I'm telling you, I got there, a little early. 15 minutes early before the show started. So they were still doing the setup. That's how I knew the woman was part of the band. But what I'm saying is, we profile, we judge, we deliver our expectations too quickly, and sometimes we do that in more serious circumstances, in that you'll meet someone at a low point of their life, at a life when they have made mistakes, when they are making mistakes, when they're trying to fight their way through mistakes. We meet them there and lay a judgment on them, not recognizing that, hey, this is just a slice. 2 months later, I was coming out of that. I fought my way out of it. But if I dropped my judgment right there, if I dropped my perception and my evaluation of them at that point in their lives, that's a dangerous place to be. We miss it when we judge too quickly. We do not have the benefit of looking from 30,000 feet and seeing their whole spectrum. You see one thin slice. Another thing that just, on the flip side of it, so the audience was white, black, Hispanic, young, old. It was just a mixture. The band was mixture. They had white and black and male and female. It was just a beautiful example of what could be, because at one point, I tell you, the band was just great. So they got everybody on the floor, and there was dancing all over the place. And I took a picture of it, because if all we view the world through the lens of a CNN, or through the lens of a Fox, or through the lens, okay, we can get skewed thinking that everything is all jacked up. Nobody trusts each other. We're all fighting. We can't come together. If we look at it like that, if it's such a thin aperture, if our aperture is too narrow, we will become clouded, and we will become judgmental. Our perception of what could be, of even what is skewed. And so someone beside me, again, total stranger, just said, don't you just look at that? Because at that point, everybody was on the dance floor, and it was, like I said, white, black, Hispanic, young, old. It was just beautiful. I happen to think good music can do that to you, though. It's got some medicinal qualities, some qualities of hope and healing in beautiful music. So I immediately grabbed my phone and started making a note, because I wanted to bring this as a perspective. Make sure we are not too quick to judge. Make sure that we're not too quick to evaluate and lay our perceptions on people. Now, in this quick fleeting moment, okay, no harm, no foul. We enjoyed the evening. Everybody got up and went on. But in more pressing, more salient matters, where your perception, your evaluation can make a difference in lives, in jobs, in promotions, in people's finances, in people's relationships, others' relationships, we have to make sure that our evaluation, our judgment, our profiling is not made too quickly. We have to make time to get to know someone's story before we, level the gavel on them. And so, again, it was a reminder to me. I don't, I'm not going to say never or always, but I very rarely come out of my mouth with something that I just read about, is some academic knowledge only. And that's not to poo-poo academic knowledge. If I only have academic knowledge and haven't walked through haven't walked through it and haven't, eaten it myself, I probably will not be coming up here opening my mouth about it. But for me, that mirror was bright and in my face about, you snapped a snap judgment way too quickly on this man who has given of himself in the concrete business, very difficult business, and now he was at this age and stage in life that he was just enjoying his life the way he wanted to do it. He had raised a family that was wise and savvy enough to continue on a business. I didn't get any of that from my snap judgment. Mm-hmm. That woman who opened her mouth, an entire symphony came through her lips. I didn't give her any of that. or I gave her props afterwards because I had to adjust. And so that's my whole thing. I want to remind us that we are conscious and deliberate about not judging too quickly, not layering over some evaluation when we don't know anybody's story. If you don't know a story, keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. Get to know the story and widen your aperture, because what the only silo you're looking through is not the full reality. I promise you it's not. It gets better. It gets wider when you expose yourself to some differences. Okay. That's it for me. Thank you for joining with me. Make it a marvelous, marvelous Monday. Make it a marvelous Monday. And until next time, take real good care of yourselves. I'll catch you here Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. Pacific for us early birds out here. Take good care.